All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a unplanned live. I just felt the need to talk more about this. Um, when there's a situation like this, there's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of people who come out and say things about my family's life and these situations that they were never a part of. It's really odd to have to address something so simple, and I'm just sick and tired of it. I love my sister, and there was a rumor. Okay, so there's a few rumors about my wedding. Don't know why. One was just said in court about Adam, so we'll get to that after. But this is one that people have constantly posted in the comments and asked this question. And there is a rumor started somewhere about, was Tylee at your wedding? I've answered this question a million times. We've probably talked about it 3 times on the channel. That was probably one of the ones that I was the most puzzled at, thinking to myself, who would even make up an idea that I didn't invite my own sister to my wedding? So I'm going to show you guys the photos. I'm going to preface this by saying that we hired a professional photographer to come and take our family pictures. What I think happened, and we addressed this last time, is my mom was very upset that I was getting married to Kelsey. There's a side of Kelsey's story that I'm not going to tell. That's hers to tell. And if she ever wants to share it here, that's her decision. My perspective now is that she was very upset that I was getting married. She was very upset with the whole thing, and she sabotaged more than I could ever explain to you guys. So what happened was that morning, Lori was supposed to do everyone's hair and Kelsey's hair. And what happened was she kept disappearing. And she was supposed to be in there with the girls doing their hair. That was going to be the thing she was going to do that day. And the long story short was she was in and out. She ended up leaving the house. And so you have to understand, I'm trying to get married. Kelsey's trying to get married. And our family members and people that we love are there to be there for us. It's our wedding day. So we're thinking about what we need to do. I remember I went and got drinks, and then we came back, and I went outside with my people that I had there for me, my groomsmen, and we set up the tables and chairs for our wedding. We put the decorations out, and that was, we're doing what we need to do for our part. And I remember two girls came out and said, "Your mom's gone." And I'm thinking to myself, where in the world did she go? And so she's gone. She's in and out. Kelsey ended up getting her hair done by her sister, finishing her hair by her sister. And again, that's her story to tell. What happened was is we had a schedule, obviously. Everyone knew what the schedule was. At one point, we were ready for our Kelsey and I's photos together. And it's the first, what's it called? The reveal photos where she comes out in her wedding dress and we take our pictures. Outside of that, then the next thing was that we were going to have our families take pictures. And unfortunately, for all of time, I'll never have that picture with Tylee. What I was told is that Tylee was on a ski trip either the night before, like left that night that we were getting married, and went on a trip with her friend and was going to be there the next day. So we ended up taking our pictures first because Charles had to go pick Tylee up. So she's not there for the photos in the family standing there together, all of our photos. And I remember asking and being so upset, and I'm going, why is Tylee not here? I'm so angry because my mom knew the schedule, and Tylee's young, she's a teenager, but regardless, that's not something you allow us to miss. We already had this scheduled and paid for and everything. Again, we also had our photographer. She only did the pre-ceremony, the ceremony, and then she didn't do the after party. Guess of all people who did the after party pictures? Alex Cox. He had a really nice camera, and he's the one that took all the pictures. And I don't have many of those pictures. They're mostly just me and Kelsey. They're very bad shots of us, but that's what it is. So that's the backstory for you. I'll address the Adam thing after this. I'm so sick and tired of this rumor. I don't know where this came from, but I'm just going to show you guys pictures because I'm very frustrated with it. So that is Tylee right here. Let me go into the thing. This is Tylee right here. This is obviously our wedding. That is Tylee holding um my cousin. Okay. There's Charles, there's JJ. That's my family. There's Tylee, again, sitting front row with my family. Obviously, this is just a backshot, but this is just another picture of our ceremony. And somehow, some way, how do I zoom in on this? Tylee's right here. That's my wedding. I don't know how else to put it. I really hope you guys can see the photos. If I need to make it even bigger, full screen, there you go. You can see her right there. So that's my sister. Don't know what rumors have to be addressed about my own sister being there. There's so many things that come with this that are odd that people just, I think, want to make more drama. Is it not dramatic enough? Do you not have more? You need to make more drama and make stuff up. I don't understand that. Like, I'm very protective of Tylee, and the other story of what happened is Tylee was going to be one of our bridesmaids for Kelsey. And then she was having a lot of panic attacks and worries and doubts. And so we asked her if she still wanted to do it. And we just said, I don't want you freaking out, because the venue we were going to, I'm not going to get into her personal stuff, but there was a venue that we first had that she had a total meltdown because she had PTSD from this place that we were going to go to. It was too close to somewhere else. And again, I'm not going to address that part because I'm going to protect that about her. But she wasn't there for those pictures. That doesn't mean she wasn't there for the wedding. Now, we had a great after party. And again, I don't know how that's possible, but it was Alex who took the pictures, and they're lost. They were on my mom's computer. I have a bunch of really crappy shots of that. So it's mostly just me. And we ended up doing our dance after. We had our whole party, afterwards. We had our ceremony, and we had people giving speeches and things of that nature. This came up in court as well, so I'll just address it as well for you guys. Adam also was invited to my wedding, and Adam couldn't make it, and I don't blame him for that. That has nothing to do with Lori. I don't know why she brought that up in court. It almost seemed as if she was trying to make him look bad, as if he wasn't involved. He was invited. I invited a lot of people. We didn't have a huge wedding. We had a backyard wedding. It was beautiful. We couldn't invite everybody we wanted to, so we just invited the closest people to us, and he was invited and he couldn't make it. I also didn't get to see other people that didn't get to make it. It's called real life. Not everybody can make it to the events and fly out and spend a bunch of money and things of that nature just to be there for one day. So I understand that. I could sit here with you guys for probably 3 days straight and just slowly address so many rumors and misinformation and misunderstandings. And I know it's very confusing for people. And I know that it's kind of a hearsay thing where somebody says something on Twitter or makes a YouTube video about it, and then they tell 100 people, and those 100 people all think that that's the truth. I'm going to say something very bold while trying to be as respectful as possible. Okay. I'm going to be very soft when I say this. Okay. There are a lot of people who have the tiniest involvement in some way that have made a very big deal out of my family and talk about it as if they experienced it and lived it. And I have kept my mouth shut on all of that because it's just, is it even worth saying anything about? I don't know. But it is so sickening to watch people who didn't have any experience with our family spend so much time talking about things and blatantly lying about things that they say they know for facts. Okay. I really don't know what to say. If you're going to sit there and spit facts, then have facts. And the only way you would have even gotten facts is if you probably learned it now. We're so far into this now. There's so much information from trials. Now you can just pull it off the internet and say, oh yeah, no, I know that. I heard about this. And I'm not going to say names, but there's a lot of people who do this. And their intentions are their intentions. I haven't talked to a lot of them, but I told you guys why I share my story. I told you why we have a podcast. I told you why I want to interview people, because this is my real life. This is what happened. And I'm processing what I think and feel, but I'm also talking to others because I'm hoping that there's healing and there's moving forward and there's lessons. And I know there's things that I've experienced in my life that you guys can relate to. And I want to help people, and their intentions are their intentions. I don't know what they want. I don't know why they're spending so much of their breath pretending. It's wild to me. You're pretending so much that you are involved. Why? It's not fun. Why would you want to hop in the circus? I don't understand that. You're jumping into a shredder. Like, you know what I'm going to say too? You haven't paid the price to be here at the table, because it's horrible. That price is something I wouldn't wish on anybody, but you can't also sit here and say that you have this, and this to say when you haven't had to actually grieve and go through the pain and the loss and the trauma and everything, and then get to come sit at the table and sit here and lie your ass off. I hate that. That's so wild to me. I would never do that. I would never sit here and come in. If this happened to someone else in my family, I wouldn't come in as their cousin and just start rambling on about everything and act like I'm so affected. The worst part is a lot of these people, I don't remember seeing you. Where were you at Christmas? Right? Yeah, you might know the family, but I haven't seen you in my whole life. In my 23 years that we were a family, 22 years that we were a family, you are not a relevant person in the family or a friend of the family. But now that this happens, you're really excited to talk about it. And you want to talk like you have facts. And I just have to address this. This has been bothering me for years. I've kept quiet on the down low about it. I'm just, because where we are, and I'm talking about the situation, you will see the people that I'm trying to have conversations with have genuine experience, and they also were traumatized. And I look to cater and understand where they're coming from, because I know this affects their lives. I'm not going to sit here with someone who's just talking for the sake of talking. I don't respect that. And I'm just going to say it here and now. I don't respect that. Don't throw yourself in here for no reason. And I just had to get it off my chest. I mean, like I said, I wasn't planning on doing a live today. I'm tired. I'm tired of having this more drama. You're making more drama than there already is. And again, I'm trying to be respectful, but it really hurts to see it. And it really hurts that nobody said. It's wild. I'm like, how can you sit there and say that? Like, that's just not true. What do you want? Why? And the problem is there's nobody fact checking this stuff. So obviously nobody knows. But again, I just had to get this out. I needed to be done with it. I'm not going to address drama with other people. I'm not even going to give them the breath and the time of day. But when it comes to this specific issue, it has just like absolutely pissed me off to no end. That people are going to sit here. Am I going to sit here and act like I had a perfect relationship with Tylee? No, we were siblings. I know you guys, if they have siblings, know what it's like to have siblings, especially 6 years apart. We were not best friends, but I love my sister, and we got really close towards the end of her life, unfortunately, in the last year, because she was older and we started to connect, and I put the effort in and she put the effort in, and I got to know my sister. And as sad as that sounds, that's how it was. And I love her. And I'm just so sick and tired of their names being put on in these rooms with these people acting like they know what they're talking about. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate that this is just how this goes. This is an ugly place, but we're going to try to make something beautiful out of it. We're going to keep trying to do things. So anyway, I just need to get that out. I feel a lot better just saying it to you guys. Going forward into what we're going to be bringing onto the channel, the people we're going to be talking to. I just want you to know that I'm not trying to be here and be disrespectful and say people's names. I didn't come here to jump into drama pool, but you have no idea how many rumors and things that are misinformation that is spread in situations like this that are just so exhausting and sickening. And I'm just really, really beyond tired of it. So, anyway, had to get off my chest. I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on in the community tab. I do have some announcements for you this week that are big announcements, and I'm really excited. And I'm also grateful for all of you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping on to our unplanned live, but I just appreciate you guys always. It's always incredible to spend time with you, and thank you for letting me just get that off my chest because it is really deeply personal, and it is really really it's hard to talk about, but I just needed to get that out. So I appreciate you, love you, thank you. Like I said, I have announcements for you guys that I think are gonna be great, and I'll let you know during this week. And we'll probably I'll tell you when our lives are and everything this week. So I'm trying to structure all that stuff right now. But anyway, appreciate you, love you, have a great day.